Good afternoon. I'm very honored to share this session. And the first speaker of this session will be Professor Kazuhiko Atsumi. Actually, most of you know him, but give me the privilege to introduce him in some aspect that maybe not many of you know. Professor Atsumi was the first professor in biomedical engineering at the University of Tokyo when he was 36 years old. He is the champion record holder of artificial heart. He kept the record alive with his artificial heart for 354 days, almost 1 year. This is the champion record. And he was the president of the International Society for Artificial Organs. He was the first president of Japan Society for Laser Surgery and Medicine. And maybe some of you already know he was the fourth president of the International Society for Laser Surgery and Medicine during 1979 and 1981. And then he hosted one of very prestigious Congress in 1981. Actually, before that, from the first to the third one, we call our society as International Society for Laser Surgery. But starting from the fourth Congress, Professor Atsumi and the executive committee members agreed to expand the scope of the application of the laser, and then we expand the name of our society to International Society for Laser Surgery and Medicine. Presently, Professor Atsumi is the president of Japan Society of Integrative Medicine. So he has been sliding down from very high-tech medicine now going to very primitive medicine for prevention. So Professor Atsumi, please. He's going to tell us about the world history of the future on laser surgery and medicine. And because of the time that we have been a little bit behind the schedule, he will take a little bit longer than the previous schedule, maybe about 5 minutes, no longer. Please.
Thank you, Professor Narong. So kind introduction. May I have first slide, please? In 1917, Einstein created quantum physics, which was considered to initiate laser physics. In 1950, Russian researchers Prokhorov and Basov proposed the theory of the maser. In 1958, American engineer Town and Charlotte reported the theory of maser. In 1960, Mayman succeeded to operate the first laser beam using ruby. In 1961, helium-neon laser beam was radiated by Barnett and Harriot, and in the same year, the neodymium laser was radiated by Johnson and Nassau, and 1964, carbon dioxide beam was radiated by Patel in USA. From now, I would like to focus on the world history of laser surgery, on the main topics, on the works of the pioneers for 10 years interval. Next slide, please. The main works on laser surgery and medicine in 60 was listed up in the table. The development of the various lasers, development of the laser for medical use, and laser radiation effect on biological tissue in vivo and vitro, and animal experiment in vivo, hot coagulation on retina, and laser radiation on cancer, and trial laser surgery in dermatology. And the various lasers were developed by the effort of physicians and engineers. In 1963, Zex reported ruby laser as a surgical unit, and 1966, Rockwell in 1967, Sakurai developed a medical ruby laser unit, and 1968, Polanyi and Patel developed medical carbon dioxide unit. This carbon dioxide was excellent for laser surgery. The animal experiment were tried down in vitro and vivo. 62 bases tried UV laser radiation on cell. McGrath suggested laser surgical operation, and Goldman reported laser effect on skin. 1965, Fine and Klein reported on laser tissue interaction, and 65, Ingelman radiated laser beam on enzyme, and Round radiated laser on cell culture. Animal experiment in 1964, Round tried the studies on DNA metabolism, and Goldman radiated on dental caries, and Reitwick reported laser radiation on bone. In 1965, Rosomov reported neurosurgery by UV laser, and Muringo radiated laser in primate liver. 66, Paulson reported on laser effect on dog bladder, and Yahoo reported arterial anastomosis with YAG laser. Ophthalmology is considered as a good target by use of laser application. 61, Zaret reported ocular lesions produced by optical laser, and 63, Kapani tried laser retinal coagulation by argon laser. In 65, Campbell and Noyori reported the clinical use of the laser retinal photocoagulation. After the pioneers' job, the clinical application of laser retinal coagulation have been distributed in the world. In 64, Minton reported tumoricidal effect of laser, and Hesper reported on laser radiation on melanoma. Jackson radiated laser beam on penis cancer. The 64, Goldman and Klein reported laser effect on skin, and the surface of skin is a good target by use of the laser radiation. Then the many investigators and dermatologists tried to the various lasers such as ruby, argon, carbon dioxide, and YAG, and others. Next slide, please. This side of the Goldman, and this argon laser used Goldman. Next slide, please. The work of the laser surgery medicine in Japan in 60 is shown in the table. In 65, myself and Sakurai started the study on laser surgery medicine in University of Tokyo by radiating UV laser beam on the various tissues of mice. In 66, the medical UV laser unit of the 50 joule was developed, and in 67, the first clinical case of skin cancer with a UV laser was tried by myself and my colleagues. In 1968, carbon dioxide of 50 watt was developed and radiated on various animal tissue by myself. In 1968, helium neon laser of 10 milliwatt, small watt, was radiated on brain tissue by Kamikawa, and 1969, carbon dioxide laser used in neurosurgery by Takizawa. Next slide, please. This is the prototype of the carbon dioxide, and this is one of the animal experiment result. Kidney, this the depth of the penetration depth is accorded with the power of the carbon dioxide. Next slide, please. This shows the topics of the laser surgery medicine in 70 in the world. Laser cutting on the liver, kidney, bone, and laser recanalization on the trachea, esophagus, and the clinical trial laser surgery, plastic surgery, endoscopic laser surgery wound healing by low power laser and trial PDT. In 70, laser beam was used in cutting on tissue and stopping on bleeding by carbon dioxide and YAG and in various organs. In 70, Gonzalez reported stopping hepatic hemorrhage by laser beam, and 71, Holcross tried the laser cutting and proposed a US patent on the laser cutting apparatus. And 72, Engelmann reported osteotomy, and Brett Weiser tried kidney resection, and Brock used laser on spleen resection. And otolaryngology is the target for easy access by laser surgical trial. In 70, Jacko tried on carbon dioxide in otolaryngology, and 72, Strong used carbon dioxide in larynx operation, and 76, Mihashi, Japanese doctor, reported laser in otolaryngology. And 70, various kinds of the clinical laser surgery were expanded in urology, gynecology, and neurosurgery. In 70, Stellard reported in neurosurgery, and Goldman applied argon laser in dermatology, and Berliner reported in gynecology. One of the most significant applications of laser is in plastic surgery. 1973, Kaplan used carbon dioxide in plastic surgery and organized the International Society of Laser Surgery in Tel Aviv, Israel. 1977, Japanese plastic surgeons Omori, Oshiro, and Nimusakul tried to use the various kinds of lasers like argon, ruby, carbon dioxide, and opened the door of laser plastic surgery in Japan. Endoscopic laser surgery is the most important and successful application to treat the gastrointestinal, gynecological, urological, and thoracic region. In 70, Goodell reported stopping gastrointestinal bleeding by YAG laser. In 73, Nat reported fiberscope YAG laser endoscopy. Then, many endoscopic doctors have been used this tool in GI bleeding and cancer treatment. In 74, Hugh Morgan, in 75, Kiefer, Silverstein, Dwyer reported on the success result of the energy YAG laser endoscopic surgery. In 71, Mester reported the low power laser helium neon effect on wound healing. In 75, Oshiro proposed the definition on the low level laser therapy, LLT. Photodynamic therapy utilizing laser and hot sensitizer to treat malignant tumors was started in 70. 72, Diamond reported PDT on tumors. 75, Dahati reported treatment animal tumor by laser with hematopoietin derivative. These basic studies have been continued to the later progress in clinical PDT application. Next slide, please. This is the young Isaac. And Isaac and Hepner is leader of the Austria neurosurgeon. Next slide, please.